Hi everyone. So I built an automation which automatically reconciles every account's receivable payments for our business, like checking open invoices, sending them reminders, creating payment links, and once the links are paid, automatically an incoming payment being created. So all being done automatically with appse.ai without a single touch. So hi everyone, welcome to our another session of appse.ai demos where I am going to show you how easy these flows can be built and also show you in action how this runs. Alright, so here is the appse.ai workflow page where we usually design and configure the workflows. Now once you log in, I believe in our previous sessions we have already configured how you can create your logins and credentials for SAP and other platforms, ERP platforms or e-commerce platforms. Now what we are going to do is that we're readily going to start building a workflow. So for building a workflow, I'll go to this workflow section and let me just quickly create a new workflow over here. So I'll just click on start, take any scheduler node. So scheduler node is nothing but an automatic trigger node which will run on a timely basis. So you can define the time. It can be any minute, it can be any seconds, it can be any hourly based as well. Now let me quickly take SAP for example. Okay, I'll choose an event. So let's say I'll use a cross-gen. So you can use any other action filters as well. So accordingly, you will get the result. Now for cross-gen, I have built this particular query which fetches the invoices from SAP, not only any invoice, only the invoices which are due or has not been paid or is not closed. So it will check all of the status and accordingly keep on bringing the invoices. Now once I run this, you will see that I receive some data, okay, where I am getting the card code, I am fetching the email address, doc name, doc entry and other details from SAP. Now accordingly this information will be sent into, for example, we are taking Stripes here because that's the payment gateway that we are going to use today for sending the payment link. So for payment links creation, we can give any other, we can take any action over here. So definitive actions are also being created and you can use them. Now the similar purpose, let's say when a invoice has been paid by any customer, so what will happen then? So accordingly, you can take any other apps for Stripes, okay, and I'll check for triggers when a payment intent is created. So you can give the date as well and the limit. So accordingly, you will fetch all the payments that are being made within this particular time. Now, once you configure this, if there is any data, so let me just go back in time and run this process again so that you can see data is coming. So this is how you can bring in the data, and once based on these actions, based on other conditions, so how you add conditions is like you go to filters. There are different condition filters. You can use a filter or a decision as per your logic. So let's say I want to filter out the payment invoices or the payment intents based on their successful, then I'll use them. So from the schema, let me just, so this is as simple as that. You just drag and drop these fields. So within this, you will get to see the preview as well, what value is being transferred to or transformed into. So that is the particular data which we want to check. If this value is this, then only pass, otherwise it will not pass. So let's say if I check if the currency is, so since none of these payment intents have the currency as INR, that's why it did not pass. So if I now change this to USD, which has made this condition or fulfill this criteria, has been passed. So that's how easily you can build a filter condition, and accordingly the data will be sent into, let's say, our ERP system, here in this case SAP Business One, and I want to create an incoming payment. So I'll take the action for creating an incoming payment, and that's it. So you provide the customer card code, cash account and cash amount. So all this you can put. So card code, how easily you can configure this process. Now let me quickly show you a pre-configured flow which I have already configured for demonstration purpose because we have limited time and I just wanted to show you the flow in action. So what we will do is that So this is a particular flow that we are going to use. Now in here, you see I have a scheduler node. The same cross query that we just built has also been implemented here, and the information then is being processed and sent for approval via mail. Now we cannot just directly charge the customer, right? We need to ask for approval. Let's say if a customer has 5, 10, 15 unpaid invoices and due for a longer period of time, so we can send an information to the customer that you have this amount of invoices pending and you need to clear them out. So in that case, the customer may decide that he or she will pay the entire amount as in total, or they can also decide whether to pay that particular invoice in partial. So if they select, okay, I'll pay for this and this invoices, then accordingly this types link will be sent for those specific invoices only. Now if they omit from being if they refrain from paying for other invoices, then those invoices will not be sent. And accordingly, once this particular, so I'll just show you an action. So I have some data in SAP. So this is one of such invoices which are not paid by this customer. So what, I'll just execute this flow once. It's just a simple one-click flow. We'll see that this will be sending an email for approval to the user. Okay. Now what this email is being sent, let me just go into our mailing system. So all right. So here, let me just quickly open this one. Sent to the customer. So the order number has been mentioned. Okay, so you have this amount of due for this particular order number, which is the invoice number, and this is the specific card code for that particular user. Now, if this customer decides to pay, so what they can do is that they can quickly just to the service account or the salesperson that I to pay for this order as a whole, share the bank transfer details or a payment link, right? So that's how simple human language you just respond to that particular email. And once that email is received, okay, so I just received this email that I want to pay, and this flow will automatically check for any unread emails which has given approval to the previous email that we have sent following the conversation chain. It will extract the information which is required to process the data from SAP using AI processor node. Now, what this AI processor node is doing, it's nothing, you know, uh, doing a lot of havoc duty or huge performance it is doing. It is just taking the input data. I've given it a schema that I want this data information in a particular format, and accordingly I am receiving this information from the processor node. So it will give me, okay, so this is the data that I am getting. But it will fetch any unread emails following the previous conversations that we had, and it will extract that particular information from the AI processor node. Now, what this AI processor node is doing is exactly, it is just interpreting the human language text that has been sent, the normal human as layman's language, whatever they have been provided in the email that has been sent, and it is just extracting the information in a format that is understandable by the SAP system. Now, what this particular node is doing is that it is fetching and giving me the doc numbers or the order numbers that I am further using for the SAP search. Now, accordingly, the email will be sent via Stripe's link to the end customer. So, if I go in my emails, so this was the previous email. I had responded this, and accordingly, our email link has been sent. So, you can just see it over here following this conversation, right? So, I have received the invoice link. Now, if I just click on this invoice, pay now, okay, so it will just give me this option to pay, where I can select and just pay it, and that's it. So, this particular payment once done, we can again go back in the flow and just once this flow executes, it will check for any new payment intents that have been made and filter the ones which are not already synced, and then accordingly create an incoming payment for this particular invoice, right? So this is what it has created. So if I go in SAP right now, okay, so this was our invoice, this was in open status. So if I just refresh this one, so you'll see that this has been closed, and if I check the relationship map, I can see that an incoming payment has already been created. So that's how easy this particular appse.ai flows can be configured and used for your day-to-day account receivable management. And not only this manages or eases your process of handling the data, you do not have to check them manually, you do not have to process, because these are amounts. If you have printed or mistyped any values which is not correct, so that might end up for the customer being paying a amount which is not supposed to be paid by the customer. So all of this information are easily handled by the appse.ai automation platform, and you can you know uh, leave this automation overnight, over day, and this will help you ease your business life. I hope you enjoyed the videos. So if you want her to automate, if you're thinking about automating your business, let's explore it together. Go visit the website appse.ai and search for numerous pre-built workflows which you can deploy in your system with a single click. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us at the rate sales@appse.ai, and our team will get back to you.